Disc.
in the
20
time.
seconds.
All right.
I'm gonna run the open from here, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I hired her.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. Come on.
7,
10.
6,
Oh shit.
4, 3, 2.
Dude, I hired her over Eva Longoria.
How's this happen? Yeah, okay. How's this? Tell me the story then.
Really, the edge comes off probably faster than you think. It's just, when does it fire up again?
Well, I've been joking with Brad. He only shows up for high limit races. Whenever he shows up at Outlaws, he just lets them walk all over him.
These cars have, I hate saying it, they've gotten a lot easier to drive than, what I was used to when I came into the Cup Series.
I didn't even know that I had won. When I come around the corner, they put me to the good side, which is the TV side. So that was obviously, I knew at that point, it's like, okay, we got the wins.
Please hang up and try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious. Here's the Freaks.
Kenny, you're live, buddy.
I think that is my cue to go live at Freak Nation as I do it from the infield at the Texas Motor Speedway Media Center. Freak Nation. They have created our own abode here, the Freak Nation Lucas Oil Studios here. My friends here at Texas Motor Speedway, David Hart taking care of the freaks. Just so you guys know, I did not see any of that intro. I needed someone to say, you need to go live, Sergeant. I saw you guys shaking your damn heads like, yep, intro's going.
Oh,
I couldn't
really?
I couldn't hear a damn thing.
Oh,
How long was I sitting there on camera just nodding my head?
10 seconds.
A little bit.
I mean, right now, all I see is a single shot. Is there a fourth shot that I can see?
No, you are the feature. You are the feature right now, sir.
And now if I'm the one that looks like an a-hole just sitting there like, hey, you're talking about 100,000 people right now just going solo, you skipjack.
100,000. That's quite a number there, Sarge.
There we are. Hi, everybody.
There.
Hey,
All right.
how we doing?
Well, regardless, Freak Nation, I say it every week, but this week I freaking mean it. Coming up here in the next 2 hours, it is stacked like a 70s porn actress, my friend. We have Joey Logano coming up here in the Freak Nation. Paul Wolf, his crew chief, will be here in the Freak Nation. By the way, I've never said that in my life. I just came up with that there, Freak Nation. We have Kyle Larson, your Xfinity Series winner, will be here in these fine Lucas Oil Studios at Texas Motor Speedway. We've also got Shawn Langdon, NHRA Top Fuel winner from the Four Wide Nats in Charlotte. And Kevin Harvick will be here in the Freak Nation. Who else? And Ricky freaking Stenhouse. How do we have enough time for all this?
And Kenny, I'm going to do this. Are you ready?
Yeah,
yes.
let's
we
do
have
this.
one more.
We have another person.
We have some breaking news to get to, Kenny.
Yes.
We have some big breaking news here in the Freak Nation. In fact, I'm going to come over to me so we can talk about this for a second. We have a correspondent on the internet. She happens to be an NHRA Top Fuel driver who has currently stepped away to be a mother. And it just so happens that our correspondent, Leah Pruitt, has some breaking news for us, Freak Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to let Leah take this away and explain about her husband, Tony Stewart, and what went down this weekend.
And here we have Tony's first ever diaper change. It's actually the first ever between him and his dad. That's like 120 years worth of not changing diapers. But I have a good one for him. Actually, Dom has a good one for him.
Tony, can you tell us real quick what's about to happen?
I'm getting ready to change my first diaper.
What are you making for Dad?
Oh. Right.
Oh. I'm not excited about this at all. You did this.
right, take the baby.
All right, let's do this, bud. Come on.
He's not just gonna.
Exhibit A.
Tony Stewart
I think I was
changing his
set up
first diaper
framed
in Freak
them.
Nation.
But it's done.
How does
You
it
can
feel,
ex-
Tony, to accomplish your first diaper change for
Well,
the men of the Stewart family?
I broke a record of my father had set with not changing a diaper for myself or my sister the entire time. So one diaper, I'm ahead of my dad by one now. So
What are your wife's expectations after this experience?
I promised my wife I would change one diaper. My wife's expectations, you'll have to ask you, my wife.
Yes. Yes.
You know what Tony looked like in that do-rag and the outfit? It's the gif of the dog that has been caught getting into the cookie jar or tearing up laundry or tearing up the couch. He's just sitting back going, yeah, I changed the diaper. Can I be honest with Richie? I thought you were going to break news that Leah Pruitt was pregnant again.
Oh man, this is even better. Are you kidding me?
Not quite, not quite that. But we had okay. Full disclosure, we did not. Myself, Crash Cole. We did not tell Kenny we're going to kick the show off with that.
Nope.
So I hope you enjoyed that, Kenny. Started Freak Nation. I hope you enjoyed that little look into the life of Leah Pruitt and Tony Stewart.
And there's a tiny bit more that we didn't put
Yes.
the diaper change part in there. And there's some poop emojis that cover up, the no-no zone. But it's worth a shot at going to Tony Stewart's X page to watch it in full.
Oh yeah.
Well, then we're going to bookend this perfectly because we'll end the show with Kevin Harvick
Okay.
being inducted to the Texas Motorsports Hall of Fame. And Kevin and I talk about a number of things, including, will Kevin Harvick drive a top fuel dragster? Because remember, Tony Stewart offered Dale Earnhardt Jr. a ride. So I had to drop it out there with Kevin Harvick. Again, ran with Tony Stewart. And I also consult with him about the Freak Nation question that we have for Tony and Leah about Tony Stewart cutting the umbilical cord of Dominic.
Right.
Once that lovely little boy came out of Leah Pruitt.
Well,
Kevin
you were the
Harvick's-
one, Kenny, let's be honest. You were the one that got on Tony and Leah originally and basically said that this is what he had to do. Kevin was kind of claiming that was his deal. So did you guys ever get in that tussle?
Oh, hold on a second. I didn't know that.
Sorry.
I would have leg wrestled Harvick for that. That's bold.
Yeah, that was
we
it was
talked.
you.
We
It was
talked
you.
about it, and again, Harvick dropped some good bombs in interview. So thank you guys for dropping that. We kick it off with Tony Stewart wiping the backside of his wonderful son Dominic to Kevin Harvick. In the second hour, we end the show with my interview with Kevin talking about a number of things, including Tony's soft side and the ability finally to admit that he cut the cord with his wife. Holy smokes. We're 8 minutes into this damn thing. We haven't talked anything about Texas, have we? Oh.
No, we have plenty of Texas Motor Speedway in this show, though. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joey Logano coming up next, and then his crew chief in the third segment, Paul Wolf. They dropped in here in the Freak Nation, and we talk about this every time we're at a race. About what's your perspective, Crash, when you were at Martinsville versus what we're seeing on TV? Well, Kenny, what's your perspective of this race, seeing it in person versus what you guys saw? I thought it was pretty freaking entertaining, and when you hear the crowd going bananas, unfortunately. I was in the media center when the big one happened at Texas Motor Speedway. And the media center is pretty well freaking insulated. But you could hear the crowd when the big one dropped and all of those big name drivers, Bubba.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Dinger. I almost said Gasson. Number 4 with
Jean Girard.
Noah.
Yeah, Noah Gregson. Oh my gosh, Alex Bowman! When that big one at Texas happened, that added some flavor to the race. But again, entertaining for me. Was it a freaking 10 out of 10? No, but it provided some entertainment more so than what we've seen over the last several races, guys.
Yes, I think all of us are in that same vein as well. I mean, there were lots of, you know what? There were lots of lead changes, but Cole, your stat that you put out on X shocked me.
Yeah, so this race at Texas had the least amount of lead changes. There was 20 in the race. The least in the next-gen era, only 4 starts, albeit. Also, the least amount of green flag passes in this race. So I really enjoyed it, honestly. I thought it was a very entertaining race, lots of calamity. It felt like a very traditional mile-and-a-half race in many ways. I think pit road played a big factor. Only thing was that fuel mileage didn't really play a big part, but I really enjoyed this race a lot.
See, I did too, but those stats that you have, it makes it look on paper as if this was a snoozer, but I didn't come away with that at all either.
No.
I enjoyed it. There's plenty of activity to keep us entertained from start to finish.
But if lead changes are a determining factor in changing things, as Elton Sawyer said last week at Talladega, then wouldn't that, be a thing they want to look at?
He's not going to use the same argument this week, is he?
Can't.
Nope.
And I unfortunately didn't get a chance to talk to a number of Cup drivers about that bump in turn 3 and 4 that wreaked havoc, Kyle Busch, on a number of drivers that couldn't get their car straight going into that bump. And once, as we saw with Busch, I think it was Ross. Yeah, Barry.
Mm-hmm.
When they hit that, you can't see the bump unless they play it. They replay it in slow motion, and you see the car, boom, poof, and you think, that's nothing at a $180 coming out of 4. It's something. That provides another element to this track and the entertainment value. So again, that's what I saw here on this side. We're going to hear from Joey Logano coming up here in the Freak Nation, and Paul Wolf, his crew chief, coming up. Also, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson, and more coming up. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
Well, Freak Nation, it's that time of the year when General Tire would like to hand you some cold, hard cash. Now through the end of April, purchase a set of 4 qualifying passenger tires from General Tire and get up to $80 back on a Visa prepaid card. Plus, if you purchase the 4 qualifying passenger tires with your General Tire credit card, you can get up to an additional $80 added to your Visa prepaid card. For more information, hit them up, GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Sponsorship, not an endorsement by this program or station. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplane.us. Texting and rules for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
If you've thought about trying Ozempic, Wegovy, or other GLP-1 medications, you probably know that they can be expensive and hard to get access to. Not anymore, thanks to Zelfie. Zelfie is 100% online, and if you qualify, their professionals can prescribe medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and other GLP-1 medications that are 80 to 90% less expensive. That's right, no long waits at the doctor's office or pharmacy. Everything is shipped right to your door. Zelfie can also provide semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less. All you have to do to get started is send them a text. Just text SPEED to 200-300. Don't wait. Text right now for your link to your exclusive offer. Text the word SPEED to 200-300. That's SPEED to 200-300. SPEED to 200-300.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
This is Worldwide Technology Raceway. It's not like other videos. It's 1 1/4 miles long, and no 4 turns are the same. One wrong move, and it can bite you. It's not your normal racetrack. Some racers love it. Some hate it. Champions respect it.
June 14th and 15th is not just Father's Day weekend. It's the Bomarito Automotive Group 500.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, this segment brought to you by our good friends at Lucas Oil. Do what smart folks do. Go to lucasoil.com to find a line of products to keep your rides, 2-wheel, 4-wheel, speedboat, on the road and on the water. Go to lucasoil.com. That's lucasoil.com. Coming up this hour, we're going to hear from Kyle Larson after an Xfinity Series win. Paul Wolf, the crew chief for Joey Logano, will be joining us in about 15 minutes. But now, Joey Logano back in the Freak Nation. It seems like about every third or fourth week we get sliced bread back here in the Freak Nation. Great interview I had with him post-race. Joey Logano now, Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios. Joey Logano back in the Freak Nation. And Joey, the big question for me is who's laughing now, right?
I've seen a lot of gifts or whatever they call them these days of me laughing, and my wife makes fun of me. She says, "You have an evil laugh." I don't mean to. It's just how I laugh. But yeah, I'm laughing now a little bit.
Right? I'm always, again, I get it 10 years ago, but I'm always still surprised when I hear Joey Logano's name and the boos are still there, man. How do they hang around to still boo a dude that's got championships and race wins? Is it the laugh? What is it?
I don't. I wish I knew, but you know, I mean, I guess some of it is probably how I started my career, and I made some mistakes on the way I handled things. I think some of that is carried over for a long time. Outside of that, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't like put on a facade like this is me, right? And I think it's confusing to people who see me smile and laugh and then race hard. I don't think people understand how you can flip a switch like that and it comes like I'm not genuine. I think that's some of it. Maybe I've tried to figure it out because, like, I mean, I'd rather people not hate me. And there's a lot of people that don't get me wrong. Like, and the really what matters to me is the industry people is probably the most, because those are the ones that know me as a person, right? In the garage or your family or team. Like, those are the people that, you know, not that I don't care about what the fans think, and I do, but they don't know me. They've never really met me or talked to me that much. And so you kind of got to take it with a grain of salt. It does frustrate me at times, but it is what it is, right? I can't change that too much, and I just keep being myself. And there is a lot of great 22 fans out there, a lot of them. It's just for whatever reason, boos are louder than cheers. Like, and I think people love to hate people. Like, hate is too big in our society, but people love to do that stuff, right? I mean, you go on social media, more people complain than give compliments. You can do that in a work environment too. People complain more than they give compliments on anything, right? So it's just the world we live in, I think.
I was talking to Wolf earlier, and I was asking him about his mental playbook, about how he can really Rolodex through it so fast, given what transpired over the last 10 laps of like, here we are. Oh, here we are. Can you move as fast as he can in the car when he says, all right, Joey, we're going to do this? Well, you just told me we're going to do this, Wolfie.
Yeah. I mean, we prepare together, right?
Yeah.
Nothing should come as a surprise, right? I mean, there's a moment in the race where, he wanted to put 2 on, and I was like, I'm scared to get blocked in, into our pit stall.
Saying that?
Yeah, I told him that.
Okay.
And then he changed his mind. So, like, we're on the same wavelength, and we talk about it beforehand. It's not like I'm not the type of driver that can just show up to the racetrack and win. Like, I have to be involved with a lot of things to be prepared to execute a race properly. But that's just me, right? There's other drivers that can show and go, and they're really, really good. They just have more talent than me. So I gotta make it up somehow, and at least rely on experience or rely on just making sure there's no surprises. And sometimes that helps.
Does that mean that you have your nose in things that at times you think you've got to ask the question, am I being too nosy about this? Or they just expect Joey to have his hands in all of this?
Yeah, it's just important for them to know I'm not questioning their decisions. I'm just trying to understand it.
Right.
That's really what it is. And I make sure that's clear, right? Like I tell, I'm not the smartest guy here. I just need to know why we're doing it. I can help, right? As long as I'm educated, I can help guide the ship, right? Like they're going off of my feel, right? Like I'm the guy in the car. They can only, do so much outside of the car. Like they need that feedback and be able to help me. So it's one of those help me help you things.
Yes.
Right? It's like that.
Sound like a father. When you've got Michael McDowell running up front, and prior to that, you have Larson running away with it up to a degree. But what Wolf was talking about was we were never out of it. I told the team we had a fast race car. No matter where we were sitting towards the tail end of this race, we were still going to be in this damn thing. Would you start 27th?
Yeah.
Was there ever a doubt in your eyes, in your mind?
No. I mean, I've lived through plenty of crazy moments in NASCAR at this point to know that
Just
you
give me
always,
the way this
you
year's
always have
gone,
a
though.
chance.
The way this year's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've done it long enough to know those slumps, and then you pull out of them really quickly. There's always a race next Sunday, right? Like it happens quick. So yeah, I mean, I felt like today I had a car that can go up there and compete for a win. It was fast in practice, but getting there was going to be tough. I talked about the pit stall already, but also, just the fact that you're back there in the back, it's hard to get there. And we just methodically, slowly picked them off. We put 4 tires on every time. Like we didn't do anything crazy. We just kind of picked a couple off here and there, had some good restarts there at the end, and we found ourselves in the lead.
Last question. We're not going to have to wait 2 days to hear that Joey Logano's car failed inspection, are we?
No, you would know by now.
Yeah, we would know by the time we taped this damn thing, right?
Exactly.
Because that's the same thing Wolf said. But I've never thought about that as a competitor. That there's always still something hanging up there, but not when you win a race. Pretty much what, at 60 minutes after it goes through tech and you get the thumbs up. Is that how it works?
Typically. I mean, I've been in media, so I haven't got any notes. So on this one, I'm going to say no news is good news.
Right. Well, this is awesome, man. I know we had you on in Phoenix. We spent a good 15, 20 minutes with you at the time. Thanks for doing this, man. And I know it's a big relief for you and Wolf and Drew over there. If we could put that freaking winning flag on the car, man.
Yeah, it's nice to get one. And that's one of many. Got to keep going, right? Got to defend that trophy.
And eventually I'll tell you the story how I hired Crash Gladys over Eva Longoria. You remember that story at Phoenix that I hired her over Eva Longoria? You go, no way. I want to hear that story.
I know. I remember you told me that. Yeah. Someday I'll have to hear that one.
All right. Thank you, man.
All righty. Thank you.
Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now?
Look.
I love that his wife even comments to him about it.
It's amazing.
Babe, you have an evil laugh.
It is. It is an evil laugh, right?
It is.
It's pretty evil, I'd say.
Who's laughing now?
You could tell me that Kenny expect, and don't look at me like I'm some freaking novice at NASCAR, but like today at Texas, when I was, again, videoing the guy getting out of the car. And when he gets out of the car, you could just hear the cheers subside and the boos come up. And man, it's so freaking 2010. It's
2010 or 1995. I mean, Dale Sr. embraced it. He literally would wonder what's going on if he didn't get completely booed.
Yeah,
but you're right. Maybe today's different.
Yeah, Dale was an a-hole. I mean, he was. I mean, he played the part perfectly. But Joey hasn't been an a-hole for 10 freaking years, yet they still boo the bastard.
Exactly. I think it's getting old for me. I don't really, I don't get the hate because I think Joey's personality and his talent are so essential for this sport and its growth. And one thing I've always admired about him, even when he first made his first Cup Star, is his tenacity and how genuine he is. I mean, 37 wins now, 3-time champion. He's only 34 years old. He's going to keep doing this for a long time. So I think it's best to just embrace this. And we got to talk about that race-winning move for the lead. That was just insane. That deep dive below McDowell, that slide job, just perfect.
This is why I'm a big Joey Logano fan. Number one, I think he's great to interview. Anytime he comes on this show with you tonight, Kenny, back at Phoenix Raceway with you and Crash, he's terrific. He's a great interview. He's a great personality. And he proved again today why we were talking about this several years ago when he was in his championship chase, where he's the new closer now. He's a new closer. Him and Paul Wolf, who's coming up in just a minute, they're the guy. They just know that like it's time to go, and they turn it up to 11, and they go out and win races when it matters. Even though Joey Logano right now, we were looking, he's like 9th in points right now, right? No top 5s this year. Doesn't matter because he went out and he went and closed that race after starting 27th. Impressive driver.
Oh, isn't this the argument we had last year about how he didn't have enough consistency up front, yet he ends up winning the championship? It's like, who cares? You do enough so that you're in the positions that when it matters, you capitalize or you close, as you were saying, Richie. And that's exactly Joey Logano's career.
Freak Nation, we got a break. Paul Wolf. When Paul Wolf came in here, we've had him in here before, but when he came in here, it's like the dude just got out of the shit. Good looking guy. He just got out of the damn shower. And he spent 4 hours on the box. He walks in here like, what's up? I look like I've been at a racetrack for 12 damn hours, but he walks in and goes, damn, bro. Anyway, Paul Wolf, winning crew chief with Joey Logano, joins us next, and Kyle Larson in about 15 minutes. More freaks coming up. Speed Freaks Pits, the Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Advantage plan for passenger and truckers. What that means to you is when you General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage lets you enjoy complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from the plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. Hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, official tire freaks for decades.
So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag with a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, 4-piece nugs, Junior Hot and Crispy Fries, and small soft drink is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
Unlimited time does not mean forever. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California via third-party delivery. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for professional detail or shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Sponsorship, not an endorsement by this program or station. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplane.us. Texting and rules for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
If you've thought about trying Ozempic, Wegovy, or other GLP-1 medications, you probably know that they can be expensive and hard to get access to. Not anymore, thanks to Zelfie. Zelfie is 100% online, and if you qualify, their professionals can prescribe medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and other GLP-1 medications that are 80 to 90% less expensive. That's right, no long waits at the doctor's office or pharmacy. Everything is shipped right to your door. Zelfie can also provide semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less. All you have to do to get started is send them a text. Just text SPEED to 200-300. Don't wait. Text right now for your link to your exclusive offer. Text the word SPEED to 200-300. That's SPEED to 200-300. SPEED to 200-300.
This is Worldwide Technology Raceway. It's not like other videos. It's 1 1/4 miles long, and no 4 turns are the same. One wrong move, and it can bite you. It's not your normal racetrack. Some racers love it. Some hate it. Champions respect it. June 14th and 15th is not just Father's Day weekend. It's the Bommarito Automotive Group 500.
Well, Freak Nation, it's that time of the year when General Tire would like to hand you some cold, hard cash. Now through the end of April, purchase a set of 4 qualifying passenger tires from General Tire and get up to $80 back on a Visa prepaid card. Plus, if you purchase the 4 qualifying passenger tires with your General Tire credit card, you can get up to an additional $80 added to your Visa prepaid card. For more information, hit them up, GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
For over 2 decades, General Tire reminds you, hey man, spring's here, summer's, make sure you're rolling on a new set of rubbers from General Tire. Go to GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. SUV, sports car, a big old fat family van, they got them. Go to GeneralTire.com. We continue our discussion about Texas Motor Speedway, the NASCAR Cup Series. By the way, coming up in about 15 minutes, Kyle Larson will be here in the Freak Nation. But getting back to the Cup Series, Joey Logano, last segment. This segment, the team-winning crew chief, Paul Wolf, he joins us. Guy's just a wealth of information. I didn't throw too many curveballs at the guy, but man, he walked in there. I thought, man, that bro just took a shower. Sat outside for about 5 or 6 hours. Good-looking guy, I said earlier. Anyway, Paul Wolf, your winning crew chief with Joey Logano here in the Freak Nation, Lucas Oil Studios. Freak Nation crew chief for Joey Logano, the 22, joining us here in the Freak Nation, Paul Wolf. Paul, you've been in here before, and I'm sorry if I've asked you this question. Well, I haven't asked you this question before. The way Texas shaped up, you probably went through race-ending game plans 4 or 5 times, if my memory serves me correct, because you're sitting here, then you're sitting here, and then you're sitting here for a chance to win. That's just part and parcel of being a crew chief, is being able to move so quick to put your driver in the position.
Yeah, it is. You know, we spend a lot of time on race strategy. Obviously, it's a big part of being successful in the Cup Series, as the competition is so close. And I think every week, depending on if you go to, you're evaluating how that track races, the tire that Goodyear brings, and then you're working your strategy around that. Obviously, that strategy can change, as you say, depending on how the race is unfolding, and also what speed you have in your car and what you know you're capable of. And we had speed all day. We had to work our way from the back as we qualified 27th. But man, the closer we got to the front, and those last restarts, I think Joey does such a great job when it's all on the line. He continues to prove that race and race again when you put him in those positions, and it's fun to watch, and it's fun to be part of, because there's a lot of guys you put in that position and they can't get it done. And there's a lot of hard work that goes into this. The guys on pit road, they did a great job all day doing their part. And then we just chipped away at it all day. And racing our teammate for the win at the end is also exciting.
Paul Wolf joining us here in the Freak Nation. And Paul, you don't become a championship winning crew chief by being negative and saying, let's just throw in the towel. We can't get this ass done, man. When does those moods have to creep in from time to time? You're human, right? We started 27.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
It is. I've been in the sport a long time now, and I think anyone that's been in it a long time understands the highs and the lows, and how to manage those. Some do better than others, and we all have our moments. But I think when you have a great team behind you, an experienced driver with the success that Joey's had, and we had a fast car in practice. So all those things contribute to the confidence. And as I spoke with the team in our team meeting this morning, pre-race meeting, I told them we have a good car, and you got to have that confidence and let those guys feel that. They did an amazing job. We didn't have ideal pit selection just because of where we qualified. We had cars coming around us all day, which isn't ideal. But those guys were able to adapt to that situation, make the most of it, and kept us in the game all day on pit road.
When Larson is starting to run away with it, then all of a sudden he gives it up. And then you see McDowell. Can you run me through those last 10 laps of how you're coaching, what you're thinking?
Yeah, I think for us, I think you're obviously you're evaluating, right, the guys and how they've run all day. The 71 made a strategy call of 2 tires to position himself up there. I knew based off early in the race we had a stronger car than he did, but with that being said, we all know the leader, clean air, that's like worth something. So I wasn't sure that we would be able to pull that off with him getting the clean air and being a short run as well.
Sure.
Like with all those cautions stacking on top of each other, it was like you really never got that momentum rolling. And Larson started struggling there at the end, as our spotter mentioned to Joey. Hey, he looks really loose. He can't hold it on those restarts, and I think that's a key to making this happen as well as the spotter, right? And Coleman and Joey's relationship and that type of information, letting them know what he thought Larson was struggling with there on those last restarts, allows Joey in his mind to come up with how he's going to approach, the corners. And it's all the little details. And that's what we're down to. It's so competitive, but that's what makes it so rewarding as well, right? To find victory lane. And proud of everyone on the team, Joey, what he continues to do for us. And we're looking forward to building off of this. It's been a little bit of a struggle for us getting going this year. And hopefully we can turn the page here now and smooth it out.
What's been missing? That's an easy question. It's not an easy question to answer. I understand that.
Yeah, and I don't think there's just one thing. I've said this to people as the season started. One key piece that we have had, and I think all of Team Penske's had, is speed, right? You hear everyone talk about it. We have speed in the car. We don't have speed. We've had the speed. Blaney's been in position to win multiple races.
Sure.
We've shown the speed to be able to do it, but it's just whether it's pit road, a penalty, accidents, but I will say, to me, it's always hardest to find that speed. And I'm encouraged by what everyone at Team Penske working on these cars back at the shop has continued to do. Now, it's hard to keep that. So it's going to continue be a lot of hard work to continue to build on this through the summer, make sure we're ready when the playoffs get here.
I got to ask it. Do we hold our breath through next couple of days to make sure that you are the winner of Texas?
I hope we'll know here shortly as we're in inspection out. But hey, this day and age, it's I applaud NASCAR for how they're enforcing their rules, how they're managing all that, and they're doing their job, keeping everyone honest. And we'll continue to try to bring cars to the racetrack that meet their standards.
High school, junior high, were you the wolf man? Wolf this. Wolf,
yeah, I've been a little bit of different wolf here and there, wolfy. There's all kinds of them, but call
me a champion. Damn it, right?
Yeah, that's right. I like that one. That's a good one. So.
Hey man, thanks for doing this.
You bet. Anytime. Thank you.
You got it. Again, Paul Wolf, crew chief for Joey Logano. Another race win for the guy. And as of right now, they're in the playoffs. Cole, you have a cool stat for the team?
Yeah. First off, love hearing from Paul Wolf, one of the best minds in the garage area. But brought up a good point. This was Joey Logano's first win with AAA on board. Well, doing a sponsor search here during that, and there have been 180 times that AAA has been the primary sponsor on a NASCAR Cup Series car. Guys like Carl Edwards, Mark Martin, Kurt Busch, obviously Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski have run that as a primary. This is their first win, period, in the NASCAR Cup Series as primary sponsor. 180 attempts. That's pretty wild to me.
Come on.
Insane.
Isn't that crazy?
With that list of drivers, that's insane. Kurt Busch, Mark Martin, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski. I'm missing
David Reagan, Sam Hornish Jr., AJ Allmendinger, some other guys like that. But
all the Penske legends.
That's crazy.
All the Penske legends that have come through that program.
Yeah,
right.
That's crazy.
Well, AAA of Southern California won plenty of times with John Ford. So
yes. But
right?
We're talking NASCAR Cup, 180 primary paint schemes in the Cup Series, 0 wins until this weekend.
So that's a win percentage of 0.00001%. I just made that up.
Maybe AAA just got the monkey off their back. Let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Don't underestimate the importance of a sponsor winning a race. DeWalt, who was on the side, who's part of Joe Gibbs Racing, specifically Christopher Bell up until like last year or year before.
2 years ago.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Hadn't won a race on Christopher Bell's car as the primary. And it was getting a little shaky. I'll be honest with you. Getting a little shaky whether DeWalt would renew or not. What does Christopher Bell do? He goes out and wins that big-ass yellow and black logo of DeWalt inside of his car. It's a big deal, man.
Yeah, so AAA, 180 paint schemes, 0 wins until today.
I saw when Kyle Busch won at Talladega a couple of years ago, his sponsor for that race, I remember their website crashing.
McLaren Girls.
Yeah,
Right.
because he won that race.
Yeah, that was bonkers.
It's been a fantastic weekend here at Texas Motor Speedway. They've been very kind to the Freak Nation. Thank you guys for allowing us to come in here and just steal stuff. I mean, I'm stealing stuff from the media center right now. I got all kinds of food. It's greatness. I'm the last one here. Stealing beers, brownies, beef
Beers,
jerky.
brownies, jerky, and ice cream. Wow, you are a picture of health right now.
Beers,
Champions diet.
brownies, and beef jerky, the 3 Bs.
Hey.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Freak Nation, his name is Kyle Larson. Speaking of stealing things, he goes out in a freaking race car in the Xfinity Series and just wiped them clean. And gave Rico Abreu a run for his money in high limit racing Saturday night as well. Kyle Larson next. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
This is a paid sponsorship, not an endorsement by this program or station. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplane.us. Texting and rules for recurring automated text marketing messages. Messaging data rates may apply.
You probably know that they can be expensive and hard to get access to. Not anymore, thanks to Zelfie. Zelfie is 100% online, and if you qualify, their professionals can prescribe medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and other GLP-1 medications that are 80 to 90% less expensive. That's right, no long waits at the doctor's office or pharmacy. Everything is shipped right to your door. Zelfie can also provide semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less. All you have to start it is send them a text. Just text SPEED to 200-300. Don't wait. Text right now for your link to your exclusive offer. Text the word SPEED to 200-300. That's SPEED to 200-300. SPEED to 200-300.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
This is Worldwide Technology Raceway. It's not like other videos. It's 1 1/4 miles long, and no 4 turns are the same. One wrong move, and it can bite you. It's not your normal racetrack. Some racers love it. Some hate it. Champions respect it. June 14th and 15th is not just Father's Day weekend. It's the Bommarito Automotive Group 500.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data, available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
There is less than 1/100th of an inch of motor oil protecting your car's engine. Friction and heat causes engine oil to experience thermal breakdown, weakening its ability to protect the engine and its parts. Lucas Heavy's heavy-duty stabilizer is specially formulated to resist thermal breakdown, protect vital engine parts, and extend the life of your engine. It also stops smoking, knocking, and oil consumption in worn engines. Lucas Heavy-Duty Oil Stabilizer. Keep that engine alive.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
But Straight Talk. You need more room to stream Speed Freaks and your favorite jams? Go to straighttalk.com. That's straighttalk.com, or check them out at Walmart. straighttalk.com. Richie, go back to Four Shot. You would. So we've got a text thread going back and forth here. Right? And Crasher decided to drop it out there that I was held speechless when I was in the elevator with Dak Prescott. Is that right, Crash?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Crasher, it wasn't Dak Prescott, first of all. He was not with the team.
All right, who was it? Was it a draft? Yeah, was it the draft? I can't remember. No,
it was at Phoenix Convention Center.
Yes.
For the Super Bowl. It was
Bowl.
here
Mhm.
in 2015. It was here with the Patriots and the Seahawks. The infamous Seahawks-Patriots game where Seahawks were rolling in for a Super Bowl win
Run the
until
damn
they
ball.
decided to hand the ball off to the Patriots. But
I'm
Crash,
here so I don't get fined.
we were going up or going down in the elevator, and it was the running back for the Cowboys, DeMarco Murray. It was not Dak Prescott.
Oh, all right, my
Okay.
bad. I think in the back of my mind for years, I've always thought that was Dak Prescott. Sorry.
Oops.
Did I not say anything to
No,
DeMarco?
you didn't. You didn't. You were. I
Well,
think you might have had like a little tiny small talk, but
Right.
it was kind of an awkward silent elevator ride.
I didn't say what's up, Holmes.
No, you
What's up,
didn't.
Holmes?
Did you catch the poetry in motion with the Cowboys today?
The poetry in motion?
Yeah, Denny Hamlin. They had a pit code Cowboys, and he fumbled. He missed pit road, and that caused his mishap. Mushy.
About that in the broadcast, where they were referencing the Cowboys and this code talk, and Harvick saying he doesn't like code talk.
Yeah.
That was what it was in reference to?
Yeah. The code word was Cowboys, and he missed pit road to pit with the leaders. And then, that ended up messing up his entire race. Lost power with 6 to go in stage 1, and that was it. But, yeah, Cowboys.
I thought it was karma because at driver intros, Kenny, I don't know if you saw this. Did he really give the horns down?
He did.
Okay, that's karma. That's why Denny Hamlin
No, hold
went out.
on. Did he give him horns down, or did
Herbst and Hamlin did?
Oof.
Well, because oh gosh,
Both of them sucked.
Mr. Excitable, driving for Haas, 41.
Oh, Custer.
Wasn't he dressed up in Texas A&M Uni this weekend?
That I don't know.
He's got 2 races, I think, where Texas A&M is primary, and I believe here this was one of them here in Texas. So I can, well, that skipjack would be giving horns down. Who cares? I'm still excited about freaking Game 7 last night with the Stars down 2-0, come back and win 4-2 against the freaking hated Avalanche.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, me too.
Thanks. So my brother and I were at High Limit Racing last night, and we're driving home, and his son calls him, and he's out of breath. Cody, hey, that was awesome. And Steve goes, "Oh, you saw the video of the racing here at the Texas Motor Speedway track?" No, it was the Stars just came back and won a game.
That was a sick game.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for them.
Kyle Larson, Xfinity Series winner, Saturday, subbing the super sub for Connor Zilic. Now, Speed Freaks Pets, Lucas Oil Studios.
Where are you? There you are.
There we go.
There it is.
Hey, all
no, that's
good.
not it. There it is. Oh, hello.
Kyle, watching you Thursday night, dirt track, coming over here thinking Kyle's going to make an appearance in this damn truck race, some form or fashion. You're going to race 5 times this weekend, but you didn't. But you come out and dominate this Xfinity Series. And you talked about the setup of that car. It was somewhat familiar because of the connections with Hendrick. Right?
Yeah. Hendrick and JRM work really closely together. So yeah, as far as like for me, sitting in the car, I couldn't tell that I was in a JRM car versus a Hendrick car. The dash is the same, my seat and throttle and brake and clutch and location and all that's the same. Shifting, where the shifter's at. So yeah, it's really comfortable to get in there, and setups and stuff are similar as well. So yeah, it wasn't too foreign to me, which was nice, but still had some work to do throughout the race on it.
There's been a lot of talk about the difference between the Xfinity Series car and the Cup car. Is it that much of a difference once you hop in there and find the aerodynamics of this Xfinity car, where you could kind of pick it up that fast? Take you a few laps to get into it.
I tried to be a little bit cautious early, knowing that the track was going to be slick and I was starting mid-pack. But quickly got I felt like a handle on things. And then, the aero stuff, I've ran enough Xfinity races and enough races here at Texas that I have a understanding of what it's going to feel like behind people. And you can run much closer to people in Xfinity, which is nice, and kind of running there a little bit better and not be upset. So the Cup car is much tougher to, get to people and pass them, and you can't really manipulate their car. So that makes it fun when you get to come back to Xfinity and kind of, not worry about dirty air quite as much.
Does this transfer at all to Sunday, the Cup race?
No, I don't think so. No, just because the cars don't drive the same, like the aerodynamics and stuff, and how you feel the tires and the weight of the steering wheel in your hands, and the speeds and the drafts and all this and that, and how the car rides over the bumps is all different. So no, there's not really anything you can take from today, but it's always good to get laps and get a win too, to have some confidence.
When you committed to this Saturday race due to Connor's lower back issues, did you take into consideration the fact that you were planning on running Thursday and Saturday night in the high limit series racing?
I love the race, so I knew, and two, we aren't going to be running against this race over there, so timing wise, I knew I'd be fine running the Xfinity race. So I look forward to heading over there here in a few minutes and hopping in that sprint car and hopefully doing a little bit better than we did Thursday night.
Let's end it with this. Run me through your routine. You're going to walk outside this door, get on a golf cart, I would imagine. What does Kyle Larson do now between here and hot laps on the dirt track?
Yeah, so we'll driver's meeting's probably in 20 minutes. So I'll go. I might miss that, but I'll probably go, change at the trailer into my street clothes, and then go to the bus, maybe grab a quick snack, and then ride my bike over to the sprint car track and hop in that fire suit and get ready for engine heat at 6 and hot lapping right after that. So I just hope the track's in a good spot. It's gotten a lot of rain here this week in Texas, and but the sun has been shining all day, which is good. Hopefully it can kind of dry the surface out there, and we can have a little better racetrack than we had Thursday night, and we can do also a better job behind the wheel to be up front and have a challenge for the win.
Thursday was so fast. It was just done in a flash, man.
Yeah, and that's what we like to do with high limit. Sometimes honestly too fast, but we just, a lot of times dirt races, they start at 6 o'clock and they'll drag on till midnight. And we just we don't want to be that type of series. We want to run a fast, efficient show. And I think the fans, learn to appreciate that, because if they don't come down the pits, they can go home early and get good rest and, be fresh for the drive home, depending on how long it is. Or they can bring their families down to the pit area, meet the drivers, and nobody's really in a hurry to leave, when it's done at 9:30. When you're done at 11 o'clock, 11:30, midnight, like the teams are in a bad mood. Everybody's, rushing to get out of there. Nobody, has a good experience with that. So, we make it a big priority to move our shows along quickly.
I think it's time you take some of that Brad Sweet money tonight.
Yeah.
Or your money.
I've been joking with Brad. He only shows up for high limit races. Whenever he shows up at Outlaws, he just lets them walk all over him. So, but where I'm kind of the opposite, I feel like, I can do good with the Outlaws, and high limit, I seem to struggle to win races sometimes. But No, I hope somebody can give him a challenge this year. He just says he's hard to beat.
One of the tightest races I've seen sprint car racing was, again, last night. Rico Abreu jumps out early, but right behind him is Kyle Larson and the big cat, Brad Sweet, the entire 30 laps. It was so much fun to watch. So much. It wasn't as gnarly, Cole, Crasher, Richie, when it comes to the freaking dust storm that rocked our world at Central Arizona, that race.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking that had to be an epic race. Those three finishing top three,
right?
So sick.
Yep.
Legends.
Christopher Bell ran Thursday night, went out early due to engine issues. And, gosh, I can't think of the gentleman's name who ran the 69 Interstate car last night. Thank you. But Christopher Bell, in his contract, said, look, will not run a sprint car race the night before a cup race, which is why he didn't run high limit the night before. Richie, we got a break in about 45 seconds, about 30 seconds?
Yes, we do.
Right? At 50 or 51? 50, yeah. That's right. All right, Freak Nation, big second hour coming up. Kevin Harvick will be in here. Shawn Langdon will be joining us here in the Freak Nation. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who benefited from the Speed Freaks mojo with a 6th place finish here at Texas. More Freaks coming up. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
This is a paid sponsorship, not an endorsement by this program or station. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplain.us. Texting and rules for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
If you've thought about trying Ozempic, Wegovy, or other GLP-1 medications, you probably know that they can be expensive and hard to get access to. Not anymore, thanks to Zelfie. Zelfie is 100% online, and if you qualify, that are 80% less expensive. That's right, no long waits at the doctor's office or pharmacy. Everything is shipped right to your door. Zelfie can also provide semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less. All you have to do to get started is send them a text. Just text SPEED to 200-300. Don't wait. Text right now for your link to your exclusive offer. Text the word SPEED to 200-300. That's SPEED to 200-300. SPEED 200-300.
Well, Freak Nation, it's that time of the year when General Tire would like to hand you some cold, hard cash. Now through the end of April, purchase a set of 4 qualifying passenger tires from General Tire and get up to $80 back on a Visa prepaid card. Plus, if you purchase the 4 qualifying passenger tires with your General Tire credit card, you can get up to an additional $80 added to your Visa prepaid card. For more information, hit them up, GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
You know better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the Wendy's $5 biggie bag with a junior bacon cheeseburger, 4-piece nugs, junior hot and crispy fries, and small soft drink is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
Unlimited time does not mean forever. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California via third-party delivery. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
This is worldwide technology raceway. It's not like other videos. It's 1 1/4 miles long, and no 4 turns are the same. One wrong move, and it can bite you. It's not your normal racetrack. Some racers love it. Some hate it. Champions respect it. June 14th and 15th is not just Father's Day weekend. It's the Bomarito Automotive Group 500.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Dude, I hired her over Eva Longoria.
How's this happen? Yeah, okay. How's this? Tell me the story then.
Really it comes off probably faster than you think. It's just, when does it fire up again?
Well, I've been joking with Brad. He only shows up for high limit races. Whenever he shows up at Outlaws, he just lets them walk all over him.
These cars have, I hate saying it, they've gotten a lot easier to drive than, what I was used to when I came into the Cup Series.
I didn't even know that I had won. When I come around the corner, they put me to the good side, which is the TV side. So that was obviously, I knew at that point, it's like, okay, we got the wins.
Game. On the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios, driven by General Tire. Rock on, baby!
I am serious.
Here's the stuff.
Second hour of the Freaks, Freak Nation. Coming up, we're going to have Shawn Langdon. He won your 1,000th top fuel race last weekend in Charlotte for the 4-Wide Nationals. He'll be here in the Freak Nation. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who benefited from the Speed Freaks Mojo, got him a P6 this afternoon here at Texas Motor Speedway. He'll be here, and Kevin Harvick, as he was inducted into the Texas Motorsports Hall of Fame. He joins us here in the Freak Nation. We talk about a number of things, including Smoke's manhood. We talk about that. We talk about how quicker how the edge was taken off. If you remember this, Freak Nation, and I'm reminded of it when I was reminded of it when they were talking about the story of Kevin Harvick here at Texas Motor Speedway. Crasher, I don't know if you were here with me when Kyle Busch, Ron Hornaday in that November race. Yes. Were you here with me for that?
We were leaving the track, obviously truck race, so it was at night. We were in the parking lot, and then all of a sudden, everything the entire place just had a change of atmosphere. So yeah, we went back to the media center. We figured out quickly what was going on.
Kyle Busch, Ron Hornaday. Ron Hornaday got into Kyle Busch. Then Kyle Busch got into Ron Hornaday. Unfortunately, this was when they dropped the yellow. When they dropped the caution, Kyle Busch did not stop and basically took Ron Hornaday out of the championship chase. And Kyle Busch was suspended. But Kevin Harvick was Ron Hornaday's team owner, truck owner at the time. So we talk about that in this interview. It's a good 6-7 minutes with Kevin Harvick. Again, like I said at the top of the show last hour, I'd like pulled up a bottle of Jack Daniels and shot the yes with Kevin Harvick about the things that he and I've seen over the last 20, 25 years here in the Freak Nation, as we'll celebrate 25 years coming up in June. Started on one radio station in Los Angeles, and now here we are, Freak Nation, 25 years later doing this thing. Make sure you follow us on X, Facebook, Instagram, the website, speedfreaks.tv. Joey Logano joined us last hour. His crew chief, Paul Wolf, was in here as well. Be sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, as you can see and watch those interviews. Or if you're a wise individual, you'll be sure to watch them again tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon at 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Racer Network. Freak Nation.
Is YouTube where somebody is confusing, as we speak right now, someone's confusing Richie for Kenny? and asking why he's wearing a Ferrari hat.
Yeah, Brandon. I don't know if you're still watching, Brandon. Brandon, that was his name, right? Yeah, Brandon. If you're still watching, yes. Don't Kenny and I. Kenny does not like Formula One. Okay, Kenny is a Formula One hater. Does not understand it, and that's okay. We don't clown on Kenny for that. He just doesn't understand it. Brandon, I am the Ferrari fan now. Yes, when I say that more succinctly, it's the 44 right here on the side of my hat. I am a Lewis Hamilton fan. So wherever Lewis goes, I will go. So if he leaves Ferrari because he was pissed off at his engineer all day today, dropping some bombs out over the radio on the broadcast. If he goes to Haas next year, I'll be a Haas fan. If he goes to Cadillac, I'll be a Cadillac fan. I'm not very loyal to my teams. I'm loyal to my drivers.
You're loyal to the drivers.
Yes.
Which is most motorsports fans.
Speaking of, did Cadillac ever drop the news that we were looking for over the weekend?
So they had their event on Saturday night there in Miami, and all it was just their branding. They just revealed their team logo.
That's it.
That was it.
That was the big announcement.
Their big announcement that they were teasing was just their black and white logo. Cadillac Formula One team. Even though there were protesters outside of the venue who were big Checo Perez fans because Checo Perez is the big name that's been rumored to drive for Cadillac starting next year. So, and that has been 30 seconds of Formula One. Back to you.
Because Richie, I don't know anything about it. That's what I like. I'm just letting that just up there in the ether. I know nothing about Formula One. No, I choose not to talk about Formula One because it puts me to freaking sleep.
Today, Miami Grand Prix would not have.
Well, look,
you're in the middle of Texas Motor Speedway. I get it. But
like I
had
said,
you been able to watch the Miami Grand Prix, you would have probably peeled a little bit more of your fandom back inside your soul.
Yeah, this is actually a good transition because I was going to ask you guys, put this out on Twitter, which is this Texas race was seemingly better than we've had over the last month of the season.
Right.
But was it enough to change the narrative about this NASCAR season and this car? And the transition here is that I had the Miami Grand Prix on my main TV and I had the NASCAR race at Texas on my laptop in a smaller screen. And I was locked into Miami, but I was not locked in to Texas until that final
Passenger tires from General Tire and get up to $80 back on a Visa prepaid card. Plus, if you purchase the 4 qualifying passenger tires with your General Tire credit card, you can get up to an additional $80 added to your Visa prepaid card. For more information, hit them up, GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Sponsorship, not an endorsement by this program or station. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplain.us. Texting and rules for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
If you've thought about trying Ozempic, Wegovy, or other GLP-1 medications, you probably know that they can be expensive and hard to get access to. Not anymore, thanks to Zelfie. Zelfie is 100% online, and if you qualify, their professionals can prescribe medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and other GLP-1 medications that are 80 to 90% less expensive. That's right, no long waits at the doctor's office or pharmacy, everything is shipped right to your door. Zelty can also provide semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less. All you have to do to get started is send them a text. Just text SPEED to 200-300. Don't wait. Text right now for your link to your exclusive offer. Text the word SPEED to 200-300. That's SPEED to 200-300. SPEED to 200-300.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
This is Worldwide Technology Raceway. It's not like other videos. It's 1 1/4 miles long, and no 4 turns are the same. One wrong move, and it can bite you. It's not your normal racetrack. Some racers love it. Some hate it. Champions respect it. June 14th and 15th is not just Father's Day weekend. It's the Bommarito Automotive Group 500.
Speed Freaks Motorsports Radio redefined.
Freak Nation, he's back. He's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. back in the Freak Nation. And Ricky, I know Talladega was so last week, but I want to talk about the comment that we talked about on Sunday night after Talladega, how you were out in front of this thing, how Talladega and super speedways have been all about fuel saving. And I don't recall when this became such a dominant issue with these super speedways up until, frankly, last Sunday when everybody was making such a big damn deal about it. Why is it such a big deal now versus years ago?
I think all the teams are just learning, and we learned that, when you don't need tires, that, gas is your limiting factor on, how long your pit stop's going to be. It's all about making that last pit stop shorter. And so I think all the teams are just, figuring things out, every race that we go to. And now we all really know exactly what we need to do. Now it's all about trying to keep your track position, but also stay fuel at the same time. So as a driver, it's really, really difficult to do. And, it's frustrating at times, but at the same time, I felt like, when guys are saving more than others, you saw the group of Toyotas, they saved early in the run. And then at the end, kind of middle of the run, they, drove to the front and then moved to the bottom and then started saving again. So I don't know. I mean, I felt like we got some passes in there, and, different strategies definitely played out. I thought our strategy was good, and we just had a little bit slower pit stop than what we needed to, a little bit longer, and kind of took us out of contention for the win, but still a solid day for us.
In life, Ricky, things evolve in order to get better or just to change because it's just necessary. With these changes, with these strategy changes, so to speak, does it really make the racing worse than it was before? I'm hearing drivers on both sides of this.
I don't know if it's worse than before. I think every driver has an opinion. If it's good for you, then you're happy about it. And if it's not, then you probably are not thrilled about it. So, I think at times the racing has been better as far as a driver goes, is, being able to make passes easier, getting runs, pulling out of line. This car, when you do pull out of line, everybody's, when nobody's saving fuel and your speeds are up, when you do pull out of line, the car doesn't keep passing the guy that you're trying to pass. So, that's kind of difficult. But, I've watched some old highlights of races, and, like 2017-ish, when we had a lot of power, and that definitely you could make moves probably better, but you're still gonna save fuel. I mean, there's no way around not saving fuel. So I do think the car could probably be better as far as racing and pulling out of the draft and making moves, but I'm not sure you're gonna get around the saving fuel.
Okay, that's absolutely fascinating to me because yes, we are seeing a lot of the Monday morning quarterbacking going on and go, oh man, I watched a race from 2015. Woo, we were so much better then. Stop it. I mean, this is what we have right now. But you did reference in there that maybe we could make some tweaks to the car in order for passing to be better. What would you recommend in that regard?
I might be driving my motor home and I might be a dad and a race car driver, but I have no idea on engineering and aero technology. So I don't know what would, what that would take. But, my number one thing is always, we need more horsepower. That's just in general. I don't know if that'll make the racing better or not. It would be, it would let us go faster here at Texas Motor Speedway, which I'd be pumped about. So my answer is always more horsepower, but I have no idea what that would really do.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. joining us here in the Freak Nation Lucas Oil Studios. And Ricky, we hear people talk about a pure race, the purity of racing. In my eyes, the purity of racing is freaking passing. And we need to see more passing, whether it's horsepower, whether it's less downforce, put more of the car behind or in the controls of the driver. Dude, you drive on dirt in a sprint car. That's all about you containing a freaking bomb on wheels. You can't tell me that you wouldn't want to get in there and redesign this damn race car to where it'd benefit a driver driving a race car more than what we have now.
I mean, I'm right there with you. I definitely think that, more horsepower, a smaller tire, let the car slide around a little bit more. These cars have, I hate saying it, they've gotten a lot easier to drive than, what I was used to when I came into the Cup Series, or even when I ran in the Nationwide Series back in the day. So, I think we could make them tougher to drive. I think we could, make them faster, less tire width. Our tires are really wide now compared to, what we've had in the past. But I think, as far as pure races go, I think, Bristol was a NASCAR pure race, right? Like it was long green flag runs. It was pit stops. The fastest car dominated, and the one that executed Talladega won the race. And so, there was no cautions that changed the outcome of those races. So those were pure races. And, like the Bristol race, with Larson, I think there was only 8 cars on the lead lap or something. I feel like that's like a Richard Petty win from back in the day, what NASCAR was built on. Like, you'd look at a lot of those results and like the leader would be the only one on the lead lap. So, I guess you get, again, what you have now, people always want something different.
Awesome. Ricky, deviating from the on-track stuff for a second here, you've mentioned your son a few times during this interview. I'm curious, it's been almost 1 year of having Stetson in your life. How has fatherhood been thus far, and how do you feel it has changed you as a driver, if at all?
I don't think it's changed me as a driver, other than I was super bummed we didn't get to the win at Talladega because I wanted him there in victory lane. I FaceTimed him in the fall at Talladega. They didn't make the trip down, so that was a bummer. But it's just really fun and really enjoyable, watching him change. I feel like he changes every single day, and it's just fun. I can't wait to play and run around outside with him. And if he wants to race go-karts or ride go-karts, dirt bikes, you name it, I'm looking forward to that part of it as well.
That's gonna be a blast. That's awesome. And then I got to ask, I've always seen you as one of the more physically fit guys in the garage area, very in tune with your body and mentally and physically. Coming out of this off week, Talladega began what's going to be a 28-week marathon to the finale. I'm curious, how do your preparations change at all, if any? And do you feel that you'll be tested mentally as well in these next 27 weeks now?
I think you're always tested mentally in these races. They're long races. The tracks are always changing. You're situation's always changing, throughout the race. And, so I think you're always going to get tested mentally. Physically, it's going to get hotter for sure. And, hydration is key. I always say that, I do work out a lot, but I wouldn't say it's necessary if you don't want to, but I do think it helps and it benefits keeping my heart rate lower. Coming off the off week, I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. I did not do anything in the gym for that whole off week. So I'm still working on getting back in the swing of things. But yeah, like you said, it's a long marathon to the end of the season. A lot of different tracks, a lot of different temperatures, a lot of different challenges. And, I'm looking forward to that. I think I prepare enough for that. But, if things are going well in the race car, the car's handling like I want, then everything is easy.
Yes. How do you prepare for a track like Texas versus an Indy or a Daytona or a Talladega? What's different about the 1.5 miles that might be easier or more challenging?
Well, on the workout side of things, I prepare for every race really similar. On the, I guess, notebook side of things, the classroom side of things, at Talladega, I'm studying, different moves, different drafts, what moves guys are making, getting down close to the stage end, how they're getting to pit road. Here at Texas, I'm more looking at, driver line, driver throttle and brake and steering positions, what guys are doing on restarts to make up positions. This racetrack can be tough to pass once you get going. And so those restarts are really critical in having a good race and getting yourself to the front. And then, we do have green flag pit stops here a decent amount of time. So how far can I drive, off a turn 4 to get to pit road and, make up as much time as I can? Things like that are what I prep for.
And Freak Nation, from Ricky Stenhouse to a gentleman who won the 1000th Top Fuel drag race, Shawn Langdon, your points leader. He joins us next. Speed Freaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive stand for truck plus and lets you enjoy to plan to in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the Wendy's $5 biggie bag with a junior bacon cheeseburger, 4-piece nugs, junior hot and crispy fries, and small soft drink is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
Unlimited time does not mean forever. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California via third-party delivery. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for a professional detailer shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Sponsorship, not an endorsement by this program or station. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplane.us. Texting and rules for recurring automated text marketing messages. Messaging data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
If you've thought about trying Ozempic, Wegovy, or other GLP-1 medications, you probably know that they can be expensive and hard to get access to. Not anymore, thanks to Zelfie. Zelfie is 100% online, and if you qualify, their professionals can prescribe medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and other GLP-1 medications that are 80 to 90% less expensive. That's right, no long waits at the doctor's office or pharmacy. Everything is shipped right to your door. Zelfie can also provide semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less. All you have to do to get started is send them a text. Just text SPEED to 200-300. Don't wait. Text right now for your link to your exclusive offer. Text the word SPEED to 200-300. That's SPEED to 200-300. SPEED to 200-300.
This is Worldwide Technology Raceway. It's not like other videos. It's 1.25 miles long, and no 4 turns are the same. One wrong move, and it can bite you. It's not your normal racetrack. Some racers love it. Some hate it. Champions respect it. June 14th and 15th is not just Father's Day weekend. It's the Bommarito Automotive Group 500.
Well, Freak Nation, it's that time of the year when General Tire would like to hand you some cold, hard cash. Now through the end of April, purchase a set of 4 qualifying passenger tires from General Tire and get up to $80 back on a Visa prepaid card. Plus, if you purchase the 4 qualifying passenger tires with your General Tire credit card, you can get up to an additional $80 added to your Visa prepaid card. For more information, hit them up, GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
So, Freak Nation, Shawn Langdon, your top fuel points leader, joining us here in the Freak Nation. And Shawn, I was talking about my backdrop versus your backdrop. Your backdrop looks like you got some cans of tuna and maybe some soup in there. Might open up the doors and have something to eat. When I've got this 50th anniversary banner from the NHRA signed by everybody on the planet that's raced a race car. Do you want to change backgrounds, man?
Well, I do have a new collection that I just put up over there. The final round time slip signed by Don Garlitz and Connie Coletta. So that was pretty cool.
I saw that. I don't know if it was Instagram or Facebook. That is, I mean, there are so many pictures of you guys as a trio, you with your team in this monumental 1,000th Top Fuel win. So many things that can be framed. But my absolute favorite was your time slip signed by Don Garlitz at the top. And he made sure to put 2025 there. And your team owner, legendary man, Connie Coletta himself. That's a piece of history right there.
First, Shawn, explain. I'll let you explain the significance of Big Daddy being there and your race win.
Yeah, that was cool. It's a little bit unexpected. I mean, I told a story. I didn't even know that I had won, and went through the finish line. And there was a solid light versus a blinking light, and I wasn't sure what was what. But when I come around the corner, they put me to the good side, which is the TV side. So that was obviously I knew at that point. It's like, okay, we got the win, so that was good. And yeah, I saw Big Daddy standing there next to the trophy, and it was kind of one of those moments where it's like it slowly starts creeping on you, like, man, that's a little bigger deal than you thought it was. And so yeah, to get presented a trophy by Big Daddy Don Garlitz, I mean, a man that paved the way of drag racing and a legend. And I mean, it was definitely a pretty cool moment. And the coolest thing for me was I've, just in passing had small conversations or whatever, but never really like a one-on-one conversation with him. And it was pretty neat to be able to share some stories and converse with him top end. And yeah, that was pretty cool.
So Big Daddy Don Garlitz, back up a second, Shawn Langdon, top fuel points leader, gets himself a win at the 4-Wide Nationals in Charlotte. Big Daddy Don Garlitz is your first top fuel winner back in the day.
1963.
Shawn Langdon is the 1,000th top fuel race. Whoever keeps freaking track of these races, I don't know. But 1,000th top fuel race, Shawn Langdon wins that. And share with the Freak Nation the significance of that trophy that you received?
It looked heavy. It was. I looked at it and I'm like, man, that's probably a little too heavy. Luckily, we had Bruno Massel down there. He's got pretty big muscles, so I was joking with him about he can carry it back and help me out with that. But I mean, it was pretty neat. You know, obviously, I believe it was Cold Hard Art, Tom Patsis that did that trophy, and he always does really cool stuff.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, he always puts really, really cool things together. So he's very talented with that. And so I got to look at it a little bit, and then it was kind of like I was talking with Don, and then they're like, "Hey, you got to go," and then they're rushing me over here and there, and then the trophy went away, and then it was back at Winter Circle, and then it went away again, and I rushed to the airport and got back home. So I believe that the trophy's in Connie's office in Ypsilanti, Michigan, where it should be, because he's the man that gave me the opportunity and gave the whole team the opportunity. So I'm sure he was very proud in that moment in the Winter Circle. We were kind of talking. He's like, "Man, this is pretty cool, huh?" I'm like, "This is badass, Connie."
There are pictures of Don Garlits and Connie Kalitta getting caught up. These are two men who back in the 50s, back in the 60s, they created this sport of drag racing that is now so beloved around the world. And Don Garlits, like Kenny just mentioned, won the very first sanctioned Top Fuel race. Connie Kalitta, when Don Garlits won that trophy, Connie Kalitta got a trophy of his own at that same event back in 1963. Now you bring it all full circle by winning with all three of you guys together in Charlotte and then having your time slip signed by both of them. It's just mind-boggling. I know you said that it is starting to sink in, but is it really? Because this is a massive moment in not just racing history, but sports history in general.
Yeah, and you know, that's kind of why I got the time slip signed, was because I was standing there and they were talking and I was letting them talk, and I was standing there and I looked around, and it's kind of like the moment hit me of there's three people sitting here, and there's Connie Kalitta, and then there's Don Garlits, and then there's me, and what am I doing here, and how did I get here? And it was kind of one of those moments that my hand was in my pocket and I felt the time slip, and it just kind of hit me on the moment. I'm like, man, I got to get these guys to sign this time slip. So, but yeah, it's crazy for me. I mean, I was asked going into the weekend, what would it mean to you to win the 1,000th Top Fuel event? And it's just, my mindset is really just, I treat a test run like I do first round, like I do a final round, like I do if it's the 1,000th race, or I do if it's racing for a championship. I always just kind of feel like I keep the same temperament in my mind at all times. That way, no moment is bigger than another when I'm sitting in a race car, to where you put any more or less pressure on yourself. I always just feel like I want to give 100% every single time, whether it's a test run or whether it's racing for a championship. So that way my mind and body only know how to give 100%. And so going into the weekend was like, what would it mean? I was like, oh, you know, it's another race, and we'll just do the best that we can and prepare the car and you know, hopefully walk away with the victory. And then it was, after it was all said and done, you get top end, get presented the trophy, get in the winner circle, do all the stuff. And then Don's Garlits stand there, Connie Kalitta sitting there, and it's just, then it starts creeping in of like, man, this is a little bigger than you thought it was.
Well, let's talk about that, because you're also a series champion. So the moment of you realizing that you had won the Top Fuel championship, how does that compare to the moment you realized, oh my gosh, I just won the 1,000th race, with all these massive headlines set to come?
Yeah, I mean, dating back, you know, what, 12 years ago when we raced for the championship, man, I was a nervous wreck. I didn't know, you know, I'd come out of the Lucas team, and we had some success with the Lucas team, but then going to the Alan Abbey team with Alan Johnson and Brian Hewson, we had a lot of success, and I don't think I was really prepared for it. And it's just, you know, a lot of the media and how to deal with sponsors and different things like that. It was all really kind of new to me. So getting down to the last couple of races for the championship, I was a nervous wreck. I didn't really sleep well. I was so nervous. I was jittery. I really, to be quite honest, I'm really fortunate to have such a great race car at the time, because I didn't really feel like I drove that great that I would consider myself a champion. I felt like there was plenty of other years that I my personal standards, I felt like I drove a lot better. Just didn't have the success like we did in 2013. But I remember after that year when everything kind of calmed down, one of the things in the off season that I really tried to push on myself is really focusing on treat every round the same and build that confidence in yourself that you don't make moments bigger one time than the other, because you're going to put more pressure on yourself and you're going to fold under pressure. And so I think just, as you go through the motions and you learn from experiences, and I really try to take each experience and learn from it. And that's what makes me tick, I guess.
It's going to go down to lanes 1 and 2. Shawn Langdon appears to have the pace. It is Shawn Langdon.
For you, when does that mile per hour make a difference? Can you feel 300 versus, can you feel 310 versus 340 or 330?
Yeah, and it's tough though, because you're still accelerating and you're still going fast, right? But it's a matter of, a lot of times when you make the right decision in the race car, it's because your mind and your foot do things before you kind of catch up to it. And so a lot of it is down track when it's not really under deceleration, but it's not accelerating as hard as it normally does, and the G meter's not spiking up, is typically when you notice that there's an issue. And typically in those cars, there's really no small issue. It just goes from going good to really bad, really quick. So it's hard to catch it. It really is. And a lot of times when you do it the right way and you catch it quick, your mind's playing tricks on you, because you're going in the shutdown area going, I'm pretty sure I felt something. I'm not really 100%. And a lot of times you kind of walk in, I think I felt something. I'm pretty sure I felt something. So, but it's just seat time, it's laps. You can, the run that we made on Friday night, we went 366, and it went 300 miles an hour to 8th mile, and we went 333 miles an hour. So, but a lot of times I'm going to say it's around like 300 to 500 feet is where you feel the acceleration of where you really know that you can say that was a good run.
From Shawn Langdon to Kevin Harvick, only in the Freak Nation, right? Kevin Harvick is now, again, a member of another Hall of Fame. We'll get to that next with Kevin Harvick. Next, Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
This is a paid sponsorship, not an endorsement by this program or station. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplane.us. Texting and rules for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
If you've thought about trying Ozempic, Wegovy, or other GLP-1 medications, you probably know that they can be expensive and hard to get access to. Not anymore, thanks to Zelfie. Zelfie is 100% online, and if you qualify, their professionals can prescribe medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and other GLP-1 medications that are 80 to 90% less expensive. That's right, no long waits at the doctor's office or pharmacy. Everything is shipped right to your door. Zelfie can also provide semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less. All you have to do to get started is send them a text. Just text SPEED to 200-300. Don't wait. Text right now for your link to your exclusive offer. Text the word SPEED to 200-300. That's SPEED to 200-300. SPEED to 200-300.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
This is Worldwide Technology Race Mode. It's not like other videos. It's 1 1/4 miles long, and no 4 turns are the same. One wrong move, and it can bite you. It's not your normal racetrack. Some racers love it. Some hate it. Champions respect it. June 14th and 15th is not just Father's Day weekend. It's the Bomarito Automotive Group 500.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
There is less than 1/100th of an inch of motor oil protecting your car's engine. Friction and heat causes engine oil to experience thermal breakdown, weakening its ability to protect the engine and its parts. Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer is specially formulated to resist thermal breakdown, protect vital engine parts, and extend the life of your engine. It also stops smoking, knocking, and oil consumption in worn engines. Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer. Keep that engine alive.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, coming up in moments. Kevin Harvick, another Hall of Fame induction. I spent a good 5-6 minutes with the guy, but we've been going back with him over 2 decades, so it's good to catch up with Kevin Harvick. This segment brought to you by our good friends General Tire. Go to GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com to check out a line of tires to keep your rides on the road and safe. Don't believe me? Well, then get yourself a new set of General Tires. Go to GeneralTire.com. Kevin Harvick, of course, is retired. He's up in the booth with Fox calling these cup races, but you may recall back in the day, big-time driver, championship driver, team owner. In fact, Texas has a lot of memories for Kevin Harvick, including the Ron Hornaday, Kyle Busch NASCAR Truck Series race where Kyle Busch went after Ron Hornaday, and, of course, we'll get into that. It's my time with now Texas Motorsports Hall of Famer Kevin Harvick. So Kevin Harvick, Speed Freaks turns 25 in June. Yeah. And I'm sitting at these tables going, damn, how far we've come. You're being inducted into the Texas Motorsports Hall of Fame. Yes. Have we officially jumped the shark now that either I've been around too long or you've been around too long that I'm sitting here watching you get inducted to another Hall of Fame?
Well, when I'm telling stories from 1997, you know that we've probably been around too long, but I wouldn't trade it. I've been fortunate to be able to go through all the different aspects of this sport, whether it be mechanic, driver, team owner, broadcaster. I've really enjoyed the path to get to the TV booth. Yep. And, you know, I think when you look at it from the other side of the glass and are able to take in, especially moments like this today when you're getting inducted to be honored, it lets you go back and reflect on those things. I wasn't very good at that as a driver and a competitor, because it was always about, what do I have to do for next week? What do I need to be better? What do I need to do? Who do I need to communicate with? And now it's just a much more relaxed atmosphere to be able to enjoy the past and the things that we've been able to accomplish.
That's the difficult thing for me, being an older father of 11-year-old. You've got Keelan at 12, and of course Piper, is being able to compartmentalize and enjoy instances like this as they're growing up. So you're saying now that you're out of the car, you're able to really absorb and sponge all these cool things that are happening to you now versus when you were 30?
I did, 20? Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I cared But the only thing I cared about was winning.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go home and you put the trophy away, and you Monday, or most likely you would just move on to the next week, and you'd celebrate a little bit with your team, maybe for a lunch or something, and then it was right back to work. And I think for me, we were sporadic with the success, the first 13 years with everything that we did. And really when that spun into SHR, and we were so successful with everything that we did, you just didn't want it to end. Because I knew how hard it was to put that group of people together and experience the things that we were experiencing from 14 to all the way to the end. Was just something that was different. And really, after I got done as well, you appreciate the both sections of your career, whether it be at SHR or at RCR, because I learned everything that I wanted to learn at RCR. Richard was so helpful in teaching you about the sport. He was helpful with just having that grit and determination. We were fortunate to win, a fair amount of races together as well. But I think having those different experiences allowed you to really enjoy the success at the end with Stuart Haas and everything we were able to accomplish.
At Texas Motor Speedway, there are some definite highs and lows. Of course, the story with you, Ron Hornaday, and Kyle Busch lives in infamy. I was here for that.
Oh, yeah.
Caution down, caution down. Caution is going to come out. Both drivers trying to get by, look like the 17 of Timothy Peters. They slid up the racetrack, and now Kyle Busch not happy at all.
It's all good, dude.
And Kyle Busch is going to turn up 33 to the wall. Our championship contender Hornaday in the wall.
Well, Kyle Busch should be parked for this race and maybe the rest of the season.
How long did it take for those edges to come off of that, and the hate that was in your brain with what happened between Hornaday and Busch at the time? How long did it take to really take some of that edge off?
I think that the edge comes off, probably faster than you think. It's just, when does it fire up again? Yeah. Usually you can get over things, but with Kyle, it was always the next thing. It was always the next moment. It was always, because we both raced in the front so much and competed so hard and just always wanted to beat the other so bad, whether it was Ron driving my truck or his guys driving his truck or us racing against each other. There was an 7, 8, 10-year period there where it was just you were head to head a lot.
Oh, it was fun to cover. Trust me.
You were head to head a lot, but that's what drove both companies. That's what drove both personalities. That's what drove both of us to be better. But that one, Hornaday probably held on to that one longer than I did. Probably might still hold on to some of that. But that's what great competition is all about.
Tony Stewart offered up Dale Earnhardt Jr. a ride in this Top Fuel rail. Would Kevin Harvick ever hop in a 12,000 horsepower dragster?
Only if he just absolutely held me hostage. I don't really like being out of my comfort zone at this point in my life. I like to do the things that I like to do and go to the places that I like to go. I don't like to learn new things, so probably not. I'll drive my late model, and that's almost outside of my comfort zone at this point. But I'll do that for fun. But I don't know that I would do the rest of it. The problem with Tony is he's got a good coach, and he had been around it a long time before he got into the position that he's in. So he wasn't as good as he is today. It took him a while.
We are credited with convincing him to cut the umbilical cord for Dominic, and Leah thanked us for that. To this day, he still says he didn't enjoy it. Come on, he's got a soft spot in it.
It's not that he didn't enjoy it. He still got a little bit of that tough guy mentality that he was afraid he was going to pass out when he saw the blood, I'm sure. And that's his soft spot, is he is weak in several ways. So I'm glad that he experienced that. I'm glad that he's getting able to experience all the things that he's getting to be able to experience with Dominic.
Thank you, man.
No problem. Thank you.
Kevin Harvick. I mean, how many Hall of Fames can the dude get into? Regardless, I wanted more time with the guy, and I wanted to be on the sauce. I wanted Jack Daniels and Kevin Harvick and Kenny Sargent just to go off in the corner and shoot the S for another 30, 45 minutes, but I couldn't do it. It's all right. Hell of a weekend, man. Well, if you guys saw behind me when I was interviewing him, how wet it was. Was that a Thursday when I interviewed him?
Yeah, you got called out, by the way, for not splashing in the puddle on the nice little Texas brick puddle post that you put up on Speed Freaks on X.
You spend, listen, these kicks that I have, they're worth about $160. I got them on discount. I got them like 80% off. They're like $60 shoes, but I wouldn't, listen, I still don't dirty up my shoes. Hey, before we get the hell out of here, we got some Beat the Freaks. Is that correct? When Busher went out, he was running top 5. When Busher went out, I went, I'm toast. Give me some results there, Cusimano.
All right, yeah, we got our Beat the Freaks results here, and guess what? We have another back-to-back winner in Richie.
Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, so the deciding factor here was that he picked Ryan Blaney in this race, who came home P3. I went with William Byron, who got some damage in one of the wrecks. He sunk my day, but it was a close one. 5-point separation, so I'll take P2. Nice job, Richie.
I like it. Thank you, Kyle Larson, for botching the race, but still giving me enough points to win and beat the Freaks. Come on.
You had Larson, Blaney, and who else?
I had Tyler Reddick.
Yep.
Oh,
Reddick
wow.
was Reddick.
Yeah, and for a while there, dude, I was thinking I was going to go 1, 2, 3, and then things kind of got screwy because Kyle Larson screwed up again. So
there's our GOAT. There he goes again.
There goes the GOAT. There goes
Freak Nation again. Follow us on X, and we ask every week, 9 times out of 10, it's in regarding the Cup race, who your top 3 drivers are going to win the race. And if we pick you, you beat us, you'll take home a set of General Tires. Sorry, you didn't kick Richie's ass this weekend. Richie kicked your ass. But there'll be a shot next weekend. And then we'll switch to IndyCar for the Indy 500, where you open wheel experts can get a shot at it. So be sure to follow us on X. It usually drops Friday night, maybe Saturday morning, mid-morning, afternoon.
Depending on what was done on Friday night.
Right. All right, man. I want to say thank you very much, Texas Motor Speedway, for the hospitality. It has been huge for you guys to host the Freaks once again. David Hart, Kenton Nelson, everybody else who's been a part of this thing. Thank you guys for allowing me to be a part of the media center. Again, they create our own room. They let me put up our old ass banners behind me and just go bananas.
Old ass.
And you saw Kyle Larson was in here. Paul Wolf was here. And, of course, Joey Logano, your NASCAR Cup Series winner, joined us here in the Freak Nation. All right, man. We'll do it again next week, and I promise Cole will do it better. See ya!
Sports Radio redefined.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add 1 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. 1 bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
This is a paid sponsorship, not an endorsement by this program or station. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplain.us. Texting and rules for recurring automated text marketing messages. Messaging data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
If you've thought about trying Ozempic, Wegovy, or other GLP-1 medications, you probably know that they can be expensive and hard to get access to. Not anymore, thanks to Zelfie. Zelfie is 100% online, and if you qualify, their professionals can prescribe medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and other GLP-1 medications that are 80 to 90% less expensive. That's right, no long waits at the doctor's office or pharmacy. Everything is shipped right to your door. Zelfie can also provide semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less. All you have to do to get started is send them a text. Just text SPEED to 200-300. Don't wait. Text right now for your link to your exclusive offer. Text the word SPEED to 200-300. That's SPEED to 200-300. SPEED to 200-300.
Well, Freak Nation, it's that time of the year when General Tire would like to hand you some cold, hard cash. Now through the end of April, purchase a set of 4 qualifying passenger tires from General Tire and get up to $80 back on a Visa prepaid card. Plus, if you purchase the 4 qualifying passenger tires with your General Tire credit card, you can get up to an additional $80 added to your Visa prepaid card. For more information, hit them up, GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the Wendy's $5 biggie bag with a junior bacon cheeseburger, 4-piece nugs, junior hot and crispy fries, and small soft drink is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
Unlimited time does not mean forever. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California via third-party delivery. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data, available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
This is Worldwide Technology Race Mode. It's not like other videos. It's 1 1/4 miles long, and no 4 turns are the same. One wrong move, and it can bite you. It's not your normal racetrack. Some racers love it. Some hate it. Champions respect it. June 14th and 15th is not just Father's Day weekend. It's the Bommarito Automotive Group 500.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.